What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm having an amazing day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you guys, today we're going to talk a little bit more about the Halloween Ends novel. Yes, you guys, we're approaching the end. This book is amazing. I really just wish that this could have been in the fucking film. But we got some cool stuff to talk about as we dive deeper into Halloween Ends novelization. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button. It definitely helps. So you guys, to kind of, you know, touch on some things that's crazy. Now I want you guys to know this is very crazy, and I kind of touched on this in previous speculation videos. Ben Tramer, yes, Ben Tramer was technically in Halloween Ends, but he's just in the novel. So I'm gonna tell you how he's in Halloween Ends. So remember the bully Terry, right? The bully that, you know, when they're at the store, he had Corey has a chocolate milk. He tells him to get beers. He pushes Corey. Corey breaks his hand on glass. The guy with the varsity jacket that was in the band. Yes, Terry is the son of a guy named Robert Tramer. So as I'm reading this, I'm like, bro, this has to, I guarantee you it's going to be something connected. So look, you guys, Terry is a Tramer. Yes, Terry is a Tramer from the one and only Ben Tramer from Halloween 2 and Halloween 1. So we find out that basically Terry's dad, Robert, is he's a dick, man. He's a dick. Like, he's terrible to his son. So Corey was actually telling the truth on that bridge where he's like, yeah, we all know how it is to, you know, basically have fucked up dads and stuff like that. And yeah, so his dad is a dick or whatever, and we get this passage about how, I guess it's like Terry and his friends, they're upstairs, Margot and all of them, they're upstairs and they're chilling out trying to find out, what to do for Halloween. And I guess Margot's a gate in Terry's house, and Margot forgets to fucking shut the gate or something, and then his dad storms upstairs and basically cusses out Terry in front of her friends. And, you know, she left the gate open, and Terry got in trouble for it. And his dad, basically, like I said, he was, you know, not a good dad. He actually was like a linebacker for Haddonfield. He was playing football and stuff, and he wanted Terry basically to be similar to him. But Terry turned out to be someone they describe, basically he was like unmotivated. He was nothing like his dad, and he joined the band, and he just, you know, didn't, you know, fuck with that. So it says right here that Robert had been a linebacker on Haddonfield High football team in the early 90s, and he could have been more embarrassed by his son's course in life. Drumline, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So basically he's like embarrassed that his son's on a drum line and everything. So what Corey said was basically real. It was like your dad doesn't fuck with you and stuff like that. And he also said something like this. It says, Robert Tramer looked with a contempt at the loser sitting in the house. How did this idiot become my son? He thought he stared at the boy whom he did not want to claim as his own. Robert had such high hopes for Terry, but Terry let him down at every turn. So make a long story short, he gets in trouble because I want to say her name. I want to say it's the chick who gets her head. Margot, yes. Margot leaves the gate open. His dad comes upstairs, give, you know, Terry the back end of the stick, like, hey man, you know, you just yelling at him, embarrassment in front of his friends, and then push through it. They're basically trying to plan what they're gonna do for Halloween. And they're gonna go to a friend's house, chill out, get some drinks, kick back. You know, it's Halloween night, and then this is what plays in the movie. They go to the Quick and Go, they park the car. Corey comes with the dirt bike, scratches up the car, and it leads into the junkyard scene. So that is what happens with Terry. So Ben Tramer actually did exist in Halloween Ends. The bloodline is through Terry and, you know, the dad. So that is crazy. I wish they would have kind of brought out. It would only took about 5 minutes for them to bring up Ben Tramer and get some claps in the theater, but they didn't do it. But we know in the book that Terry is related to Ben Tramer. His dad, that's his dad. So it's Robert Tramer. And that is freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. And you remember Halloween 78 and Halloween 2, they were talking about Ben Tramer and everything like he was that type of person, you know, and Lori wanted to be with him and stuff. So that is crazy that Ben Tramer did exist in Halloween Ends. Little Easter eggs, man, in this book. So something else I want to kind of talk about is basically when Corey goes into the sewers and say, "You got something I need." No, in the book it says that he approaches Michael, and Michael actually, it's like, you know, it kind of seems like Michael tried to put up a fight, you know, descriptively in the book. You know, they say he grabs basically Corey's neck and throws him on his back, but you know, stuff gets hectic. Corey puts his hands around his neck and he bangs Michael's head on the concrete. But instead of saying, "You've got something I need," Corey does not say that. Corey actually says, he says, "What did you do to me?" Corey actually says, "What did you do to me?" And it's like he's afraid. You know, a lot of stuff's been going on. He's been getting darker and darker, and he just approaches Michael and says, you know, "What did you do to me?" and stuff like that. And Michael gets, you know, roughed up, threw on his back, the mask gets took, and they said as Corey, you know, walks out of the, you know, goes out of the tunnel, he basically feels a little bit more comfortable with the Myers mask. So that should definitely tell you something with Corey. You know, it definitely tells you that he's definitely transforming into something for sure. So as we kind of proceed through everything, I kind of want to talk about something else that we find out, which is Susan, I want to say, and freaking the DJ of DJ Willie the Kid. So this played out a little bit different than the movie. I'm gonna tell you guys that it's played out a little bit more different in the movie. So what happens is that Susan, or whatever, she, you know, she's the one from the last drive-in. I think her name's like Diana or something like that. So making long story short, she actually does not want to work with DJ Willie the Kid. She actually was she's like busting her ass and everything, and he's busting her ass and everything, and Willie the Kid is still the one who's on top. So she wants to actually leave and sell away. So she's just thinking about that all the time. So making long story short, they order some stuff called Yummy House, which is Chinese, and they Susan actually leaves. She actually leaves to go pick out, you know, the takeout or whatever. But Willie the Kid, he's still in the radio station, and we kind of find out that he actually wanted to freaking prank Haddonfield. How? He wanted to prank them by doing this, which is freaking crazy. He wanted to prank them by basically telling them that Michael's back over the radio, making up this big lie, saying that Michael's back and he's coming back and he's here and all of that. And they said that they actually said that he's been planning this prank. One of the passages says, "The witching hours is nearly upon us, and call me crazy Haddonfield, but I think the boogeyman is tuning in." Willie the Kid announced that he began his broadcast that Halloween evening. He'd spent the past several months planning a War of Worlds style prank on Haddonfield, where he'd act like Michael Myers has returned and was out terrorizing the citizens. Susan, the assistant manager, warned him not to, but Willie never took her concerns seriously. Not that it mattered though, because Willie never got further about it. But he was going to plan a prank over the radio, which would have kind of drove Haddonfield crazy and would have just raid. That's why he called it War of Worlds. It would have just been fucking insane, you know, in my opinion. But yeah, Willie the Kid, we saw him in the movie. But so we kind of proceed. Susan, she goes gets the takeout. He's kind of rushing her, like, okay, and she stops by her house to get her mid-shift Advil. That's something that she does. She gets Advil. She needs it. So obviously, this motherfucker probably gives her a headache. But she gets back to the radio station, and make a long story short, she's driving. She hears DJ Willie the Kid over the freaking radio saying like, "Michael, are you out there in the darkness?" She gets back, and she's there. So we know in the movie, Susan, we didn't get her death and everything. Hopefully we get to see it one day. I don't even think we got it on the deleted scenes. But the book basically describes that hand, which her seeing Corey just standing there. So he's basically just looking at her, and he stepped towards her. She had a little tiny scream inside the booth. Willie flipped through his favorite vintage Hustler magazine, and basically they're saying that Corey actually killed her with scissors. He killed her with scissors and everything, and the door swung open, and "It's about time, Susan. Did you go to Yummy House or freaking China?" Willie spun around to find Corey standing in the doorway, holding Susan's scissors. And he says, "What the fuck do you want?" Willie tried to look past the shape into the station to see if he could find Susan. He wanted to believe this was some sort of prank, but he couldn't convince himself. Willie reached back and quickly toggled the on-air switch. If you guys been following the I Like Scary channel, you know I've been telling you guys what if Willie the Kid dies on air and everything. So in the book, even in the movie, he died on air, but I'm just saying it kind of made it more detailed. He strategized a way out of his potential nightmare. This is a private property, man. You are breaking and entering. You don't want to go to jail. You will leave right now. Willie told him nervously. Corey didn't move. Willie sprung to his feet, threw the chair to create an obstacle, and then he turned on the microphone and screamed, "Help!" So he was screaming out to Haddonfield, help, after all that shit he was talking, trying to even prank Haddonfield and just saying the boogeyman's out there. Your dream came true, man. Corey Cunningham came, and this ain't no joke. Corey tossed Willie's chair out and attacked. He grabbed the back of Willie's head and smashed it into the controls desk. He brought Willie back up and head and hung it limp, dazed by an impact. Corey put Willie's tongue between the scissors blades, then he clamped them closed. The scissors sliced right through Willie's tongue. So basically that kill is still the same, but they kind of go more in detail, even saying that freaking DJ Willie the Kid, he's so selfish that he's gonna do a prank. He's been planning for several months on Haddonfield, but he just hasn't been up to do it. And yeah, he died. And you know, in the movie, he's just like in the chair, he's dancing with the headphones, but we get him basically getting up to check on Suzanne in the takeout, and he gets killed. He gets killed. He turns, he sees Corey standing with Suzanne's scissors, and he gets killed. So that is freaking crazy. I could just picture that. And they kind of dive a little bit deeper into Suzanne's character, saying how she doesn't want to be in that radio station. She wants to leave Willie. He's just too much, and he makes her days harder and stuff like that from what I'm reading and everything. And you know, he's rushing her for takeout. He's just telling her to do this and do that, and she's just thinking about getting out every day. And yeah, so she actually dies from the scissors that she's using, cutting out silhouettes of ghosts to hang in the station. It's freaking crazy. It kind of makes you feel for Suzanne and everything. But yeah, man, I can't believe that they kind of didn't show her death, because from the way the book said it, man, it is freaking insane. To read this passage, I know you guys are going to ask about it. It says basically with Corey and the Michael situation, he's skidding on a gravel road leading to the underpass to shut down the bike. He dismounted and he entered and crawled into Michael's chamber, ready to confront the monster within the Orion sanctuary. Corey found Michael standing against the wall. Watching Corey, he stepped closer and then he charged. "What did you do to me?" Corey screamed as he grabbed Michael. "What did you do to me? Say something." So Michael's dormant right now, you guys. And he cried as his rage boiled up through his veiny red face. Michael wrapped his hands around Corey's throat, pushed him back. Corey fought, and Corey slammed Michael to the ground. He grabbed Michael's head, banged it against the concrete floor repeatedly over and over until Michael's hands let go. Corey took the mask, ripped it off Michael's head, stumbled back, staring at the unmasked Michael Myers. "What did you do to me?" Corey whispered, and he breathed slowly. A frightening calm came across him. "And what are you going to do now?" "Going with the conviction." And he walked out, basically, guys. Just how it was in the movie. And yeah, we actually get a scene also in this book, or a section, where they're kind of talking about Michael after what happened with him and Corey. He's walking the streets of Haddonfield while the moon is glaring on his face, and he kind of gets this scene where he sticks his hand in the water to kind of move the image of his face out of the water because he doesn't want to see it, but he's just walking the nights of Haddonfield, and no one notices him. No one knows this is Michael Myers. He's just walking with a jumpsuit. Don't even notice the burns on his face. So that's crazy. Comment down below what you guys think about everything we just talked about from the Halloween Ends novel. I know it was a lot. Big ass rabbit hole. We probably have at least 2 more videos to talk about with this. We're getting to the end. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me up on my social medias at I Like Scary on Instagram, I Like Scary 77 on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, and I Like Scary on Twitter. And yeah, you guys, don't forget you become a member of the Patreon, exclusive content and benefits of the channel. And right there where it says subscribe next to it, click join and become a member of the channel. But yeah, you guys, I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.